Hello, welcome back to Everyday Sports Mania. Today we'll be talking about how the Cincinnati Bengals can have a real-life rebuild. Obviously, this season they were terrible, and they could use a rebuild. Next season, maybe they'll be a huge playoff contender. But they went 1-15 this year, and there was no doubt the coaching staff didn't work out. The offense didn't do well, the quarterback situation didn't do well, and they also let up a lot of points. Over the last 10 years, they haven't been that bad, though. 85 wins, 73 losses, and 2 ties over the course of 10 years. But we have to say that Zach Taylor had a huge promotion from last season, as he was the assistant wide receiver coach for the Los Angeles Rams, and now he's the head coach for the Cincinnati Bengals. He's probably thrilled about that, but I don't think he's thrilled about their record, and I don't think the Bengals are thrilled about their record. They're 14 for 51 in the playoffs, and they've a 27% playoff percentage. And they've never won a championship. They've never won the AFC, and they've never won a Super Bowl. And obviously this team is taking Joe Burrow in the first round. I don't think the Bengals want to be risking turning it down, even if a team offers them an outstanding deal. But I think they're just gonna stay with Joe Burrow and grab him for the first overall pick. They currently have Andy Dalton, but I think Andy Dalton is gone. I don't think he's coming back to the Cincinnati. But although when you think about it, a lot of teams mess up with the first round picks. Oh, you might be saying, "Oh no, this can't be right." But some teams mess up. They start him too early, even though Joe Burrow's threw 7 touchdowns in the first half against Oklahoma and won the national championship and Heisman. He's obviously the number 1 pick, but is he really the caliber to be the starter immediately? Do they have to rest him for 1 year, sacrifice going no playoffs and going to playoffs and having him on the bench and having him learn from the team and then eventually coming back year 2? Or do the Bengals want to just throw him in immediately and call him ready and hope for the best? Obviously, Joe Burrow, he could use more than AJ Green and John Ross and Tyler Boyd. And AJ Green, a solid receiver, but he is aging quite a bit, and he is very slow, and he is asking for much more than the Bengals want to give him. He doesn't even like the organization that much, and the Bengals want a franchise tag, but he doesn't want to. So I think you call him off the board, and I think you gotta save your money, and then get rid of him. Get rid of maybe a couple other guys that are being overpaid. And AJ Green, you just gotta scrap him. Start something new. He's done a lot for this team in recent years, but sometimes you gotta let that go. Even though he's done all that, you gotta let him go. The money for them could be a factor. And Tyler Eifert, I think, needs to go too. He's asking for quite a bit of money, and he's always injured, so I don't think the Bengals like that factor about him. So I think if you scrap AJ Green and you scrap Tyler Eifert, but now you're left with Tyler Boyd and John Ross III and Damian Willis and Alex Erickson. Well, now what you have to do now is they go into free agency, look for a standout player that's not looking for too much money. Not an overrated guy, but not an underrated guy. Just an average player. I think eventually Tyler Boyd will be the starting receiver next year. I don't think they'll be able to get anyone big in the offseason but I think you got to hope for the best with him. They could go out and try to gamble for Odell Beckham, and even if they wanted to risk it and try to get Antonio Brown, but I don't think that team would like Antonio Brown. I don't think they would want him on their team or in their locker room. So I feel they try to gamble, get Odell Beckham, or even not a guy that's too bad like Josh Gordon or someone like that can just benefit the team, help Joe Burrow have some options to throw to. But obviously they're set with Joe Mixon, and just in case Joe Mixon gets injured, they have the veteran Giovanni Bernard, and they got the tight end CJ Azuma. CJ Azuma, I believe, could take Tyler Eifert's place. He's a young player, and Tyler Eifert just gets injured too much. So I think they should maybe try to develop CJ Azuma, try to develop John Ross, and make Tyler Boyd a spectacular player. Like, he has so much potential. For the defense, you're set with Geno Atkins, the defensive captain that's been a monster over the years. He is in the 2020 Pro Bowl, which is going on right now. You have Carlos Dunlap, I say you keep. You got Andrew Billings that I think you keep, but I think you also have to gamble for guys. Like, obviously, what I'm saying is you can't keep everyone and expect to be good next year. Joe Burrow is not going to carry the team. So I think you got to scrap some guys and give others a chance. Carl Lawson has big opportunity. Jordan Evans does. Andrew Brown does. All these guys that they need, the Cincinnati Bengals could give a shot. They got William Jackson as a CV and Torrey McTyer. But those are all decent guys. They're nothing like Stephon Gilmore and Jalen Ramsey, but they're guys that could benefit them. I think you try to go ahead and gamble for someone else. And I think the Bengals, they just need to get rid of a lot of guys and reset over the course of the years. Over the course of the years, they haven't been that good. They haven't made the playoffs since 2015, and they lost. So they just gotta think about the future. They got Jesse Bates. They could possibly try to get gamble and go out for a guy like Andrew Harris and other guys like that. And even like Devin McCourty, even though he's old. The team is full of veterans, but sometimes you need young rookies. Joe Mixon, one of the youngest players on the team, and I think they need the young guys. They really need them to help this team. I think what they need to do most is give backups a shot, put them in for future references, and it's not always about getting the best player in the free agency. That's not the point of making your team, having a rebuild. Sometimes you gotta go and you gotta give your backups a chance. And the Bengals obviously aren't doing that. They felt good with Andy Dalton all year. Andy Dalton did get injured, so they did go with Ryan Finley. But sometimes when a team's 1-15, you gotta look at the backups, and they did not do that this year. So if they could list that on their list maybe next year, and we're 1-6. Maybe we'll try a new philosophy and see if that works out. And I think that'll benefit the Bengals. And if they do all that things, I say they can go 8-7-1. And I think in the future they'll be a very competitive team with Joe Burrow and developing Tyler Boyd and John Ross, the fastest player in the NFL. So we wish the best for the Bengals, and we'll see how they do in the free agency draft and even next season. And we'll be doing more real life rebuilds on the channel. we'll be debating, maybe we'll do the Cardinals or the Broncos as our next video. And well, anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the bell for more videos. And whoever you think I should rebuild, just leave it in the comments. And remember, always have a great day. And remember to come back to the channel always, and we're always doing rebuilds, game recaps, and all different stuff. Anyway, Everyday Sports Mania.